As a 3D artist, I always found myself in need of some characters for my Blender scenes. But it would be absolutely time consuming to go and sculpt the whole character for a 10-second animation. So with the release of Character Creator 5, I thought it would be a good opportunity to go over my workflow for creating realistic characters quickly and efficiently. First things first, I take note of all the characters that I'm going to need for my scene. If I have the time, I would even write a quick backstory if necessary. Then I open up Character Creator. And as for making any character, we need to start with a good foundation, which will be our base mesh. In the new version of Character Creator, you now have an option called Actor Mixer, which basically lets you mix different characters' features with each other, sort of like metahumans. It's a great way for quickly getting something that most resembles the character that you have in mind. Whilst doing all of this and things later on in this video, I make sure to use a good amount of character reference, as reference can help me achieve more believable proportions because I'm not just going from the top of my head. And after making my base character, I start messing with the morph sliders to get even closer to the character that I desire. Some of y'all may look at the default characters and be like, well, they look good. And yeah, they do look good, but it's kind of funny when you look at an animation and you immediately can tell the exact character model that they use. It's just not a good look. So make sure to tweak it at least a bit, unless you're not going to see the character's face. In that case, fair enough, save some time. The next important thing is obviously adding some clothing. For clothes, I use two methods that I go for depending on the project. The first one is simply the clothes that Character Creator offers, which are quite good. They even have cloth simulations if you want. But a lot of times, using pre-made clothes just don't cut it. That's when I use tools such as Marvel's Designer to do my clothing. I try to put clothes on my characters as if I'm correlating an actual outfit for an actual person. That's why looking at reference is so crucial for making the outfit look intentional. The next step for me is usually adding some animation. And you have a lot of options for animating. Honestly, a lot of options. The first is simply using the animations that come with Character Creator by going in the animations folder and simply dragging the animation that you want onto your character. Easy as that. Or you can add an animation from an animation library like Mixamo or Heat. All you have to do is to drag your FBX file onto your character and simply press on Convert All. And it does everything for you. But what I like to do is to do my animation mocap right inside Blender. So let me first show you how we can export our character into Blender. Generally, you can export your character by going into File, Export, FBX, Clothed Character. And then in here, choose Blender, Mesh and Motion, and click on Export. Now before getting inside Blender, we first need to download the Character Creator add-on for Blender that lets you change all the settings like the eye color, hair color, skin, the rig, and all sort of things about your character. And the link to it is in the description. Once you have installed it, you can open up your end panel and here press on Import Character. Locate where you have exported your character's FBX file and double click on it. Then wait a few moments for it to fully load your character with all of its settings. Now let's rig it by going in the rigging and animation section and pressing on Rigify. Now I can import my animation using the Import Animation button. After that, I go in the retargeting section. I choose my animation in the source armature and source action, and finally I press Bake Retarget. But as I told you, this add-on could do so much more. Let me show you. If I go in the material settings, I can change pretty much everything, from roughness to the amount of subsurface scattering. I can even select the eyes of my character and change the shape of the iris and pupils. And this is how I make my characters. If you want to download Character Creator 5 for yourself, I put the link to it in the description. With that said, thanks for watching, bye, see ya.